Hope you're having a good day today. Thanks for joining me. We are going to be looking at two similar parables today, the parable about the pearl and the parable about the treasure. Today's hymn is Heaven Holds All to Me.
Earth holds no treasures, but perish with using, however precious they be. Yet there's a country to which I am going. Heaven holds all to me. Heaven holds all to me. Brighter its glory will be. Joy without measure will be my treasure. Heaven holds all to me.
We're looking in Matthew 13 today. The two parables go from verse 44 down through verse 46. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a treasure hidden in a field, which a man found and hid, and for the joy over it he goes and sells all that he has and buys that field. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant seeking beautiful pearls, who when he had found one pearl of great price, went and sold all that he had and bought it. To look at the two accounts, and well, the highlighter's probably detracting from the accounts, pardon me for that, but it's just kind of how I do it to make our points. The first point I want to make is, what is it worth? And that you have a treasure hidden and the one pearl of great price. And we think about what the kingdom of heaven is worth. And, you know, you assign values to things. You know, here in North Ridgeville, property tax assessments just came out. So all of a sudden everybody's talking about that as their house and property gets valued. And cars have value. Educations have value. Eggs at the grocery store have value. Inflation affects value. Deflation affects value. We think about value. And then we think about the kingdom of heaven. How much is it worth? And one of the ways to determine how much something is worth is you think about our second point. What are you willing to give up for it? For the joy over it, he goes and sells all that he has and buys that field. The merchant, he went and sold all that he had and bought it. Not just, I would suggest, not just what are we willing to give up for it, but we must give up for it. We have to deny ourselves. Right? The merchant, it's not just what is he willing to do, it's what does he do. The man who finds his treasure, it's not just what he's willing to do, it's what does he do. What do we give up? Not what are we willing to give up, what do we give up? That shows whether we value the kingdom of heaven. If we're not willing to give up everything for the Lord, then that tells the Lord that we do not value him like we should. And so what do we give up? Do we seek the kingdom first? Do we seek the Lord and his righteousness first? First, foremost, and perhaps, and even so, all. As following him, as that decision affects every other decision. And so we have these two parables. Back to the account. One of the other things, because while they are similar, they're not exactly the same. And one of the ways they're slightly different deals with intentionality. And that in verse 44, it looks like the individual, they're not looking for a treasure hidden in the field. It's hidden in the field. You just stumble upon it. But the person in verse 45, the merchant, they are intentionally seeking beautiful pearls. See, sometimes people just stumble onto the kingdom. And they realize what they've stumbled onto, and it's precious to them. And so they sell all they have and they buy it. Other people, they're seeking. And they're seeking, as it says, seeking beautiful pearls. And they're intentionally looking for the kingdom. And maybe they look here, they look there, and it's okay, they see these other things, but it's not the pearl of great price. It's not the kingdom. It's something else. And so when they find the kingdom, when they find that which they're looking for, and they realize that it's the truth, when they realize it is the real McCoy, and they sell it all, and they buy the pearl. Think about Nicodemus, who we've spoken about recently. Nicodemus came looking for Jesus. Contrast that with the woman at the well. Did she come to the well looking for Jesus? No, she just stumbled into him. And it happens. And either way is wonderful. And so we think about our hymn, Heaven Holds All to Me. Appreciate you. Hope you have a good day. Join us tomorrow for another portion of our daily praise.